we're going to dive into some principles or some sort of like guidelines that we can follow to search for new music and maybe find some new music and new artists that we can enjoy. If you can find joy in music, you can find joy in dance and hence joy in practice. I love that man, but there's more to music than DJ Flag. Every time I go to practice, there's 110% chance of me hearing his mix. I really do enjoy his musical evolution though. I enjoy where his music has been going over the past 3 to 4 years since his signing to Red Bull. And I think the fact that he is now signed to Red Bull means that he can enjoy his practice and sort of focus on making his own music that is suitable for breaking. Now, I find his production to be actually quite tasteful. I know a lot of people are a bit sick and tired of him, but I really like what he's done. Especially how he's taken a bit of inspiration from the beat scene as well, and just like all the 808s, SP404 type beats. Those are really fun as well. I'm thinking of artists like DJ Harrison, Obliv, some of the guys on the East Coast who are really doing the whole hip hop thing since before anyone knew who Fleg was. I think Fleg has done a good job of sort of guiding us towards more tasteful beats and mixing. So let's go further down the path today and let's just try to dive a little bit deeper. And so by the end of this video, I'd like to have shared some new artists and some new music for you to enjoy. Now, the first guideline that I want you to know is that every artist who had music that became popular in the freestyle dance world already had a catalog of really, really good music that was popular for a reason. Now, when we think of classical breaks, we tend to think of classical breaks just within the context of individual songs. This is something that I think we should probably start to step away from and start to think of things in more of like a discography / artistic sense, instead of just 3, 4, 5 minute songs with just little breaks here and there. Think of any popular breaking song that you know, and I bet you that it came from an album that was full of bangers that no one has probably ever heard of before. I'm looking at Ronnie Law's Friends and Strangers, which has been sampled by a lot of really popular hip-hop artists like Mind Design. We're looking at Can's Vitamin C, which came from the album Ege Bemasi. We're looking at the JB's Hustle with Speed. Even Babe Ruth's album that the Mexican came from, First Base, was also really, really strong as well. And, you know, good music doesn't really exist in a vacuum. It doesn't just exist for 3 to 4 minutes. You know, there's like a whole history and a lifestyle behind the music, which I think we should all enjoy and learn from as well. And even I find that early hip hop style and sound coming back to music today, right? Like even Tyler, the Creator's newest project has lots of early hip hop influence in it. And you can kind of tell that, you know, by returning back to the sound that sort of birthed the style, I think is a good way to then go on to find new music that sort of reimagines hip-hop and reimagines this style of music. So think about every song that you like and then go back and listen to the whole album that the song came from. Go back and listen to the collaborators of the artists who made that album, and you'll find that a lot of the artists are kind of all tied in this similar network. For me, I take a good example of something like Stone Throw. Stone Throw has a lot of influence in hip-hop, you know, with Madlib, Quasimodo, J Dilla, but there are other artists on the Stones Throw lineup who are really fucking killing it. Think of people like Homeboy Sandman, think of people like Knowledge, think of people like Mind Design, think of people like Los Retros, think of people like Prophet. So anyone who is sort of affiliated with your favorite artists, go and consider their favorite shit as well. Another perfect example is Westside Gunn is obviously doing crazy in the breaking world right now, but go listen to Griselda Records and Mac Homie, Rock Marcy, New York Hip Hop, and everyone else who is sort of affiliated with them as well. Now, moving on to the second key is, I think, to get out of the habit of asking yourself at all if you can dance this piece of music, and more into the habit of actually enjoying the act of listening and discovering new music. I find that when you think of things as danceable or not, it kind of maybe hurts your open-mindedness and your ability to even just enjoy other music. Before, I think I was kind of one of these people who maybe was less experimental in what I enjoyed musically. I loved listening to 404 beats. I loved listening to like the old beat machines, like old boiler room sets, real like house party hip-hop vibes. I love that stuff. I still do now, but I don't even practice to that much breaks anymore. I still love my breaks. I actually listen to a lot of shoegaze and rock music now. Just whatever is more in line with what I actually enjoy. I think forcing yourself to like music, I think, is not too good of an idea. Maybe within the realm of competition and competition dance, yes, you will always have to dance to tracks that you don't like. So train to music that you don't like. But at the same time, if you want to really flesh out your development and your style in dance, you can flesh out your development and your style in the music that you enjoy. In my opinion, I think this really helps. And really just helps to sort of take a step back from this whole scope of dancing and more into the act of just enjoying sound and music. First of all, let's have a look through some of my recommends and some of the channels that I first got recommended that led me to sort of enjoy the music that I'm listening to now, which is probably the best music that I think I've ever listened to. I keep thinking that music will never get better, and we have hit the peak of like musical and artistic experience, which I guess for the most part you can argue is true, but it feels like every other week I'm just listening to some new music that is just blowing my socks off, and I don't know how. So this here's like an old Twami Boiler Room set. This is like Boiler Room before Boiler Room was Boiler Room, I guess. This is more like Boiler Room house parties and like real underground basement sets, which I think has like so much shit. There is so much gold. If you go back to Boiler Room and just sort by oldest, you'll just find so much gold in like sets that were uploaded like 12, 13, 14 years ago. It's insane. This is an understatement, but sort of think of Twami as sort of this generation's J Dilla. This guy's music is so fucking phenomenal. I don't know how he's not more popular. I think he's starting to gain a bit more popularity now in breaking. You know, people like Squadron have been putting his music over their edits, and I think he really deserves his shine. He's so fucking talented, so I really think you should check out Twami. And by even just checking out this one artist, Twami, it already leads you down into a rabbit hole of other really talented beatmakers. So here's Twami Boiler Room X Dirty Tapes, but if you go over here, this is another really cool artist, Obliv, who is sort of in the same camp, is just as talented as Twami, and is making just as interesting music. So old Boiler Room sets plus Beatheads is like pure magic. Twami, Obliv, and then we go over here, right? So see how this all kind of just builds into like a good musical like database? Now YouTube is just making my job easy. Obliv, and then we go over here to this channel, Gods Connect. Now I was put onto Gods Connect about 7-8 years ago. Gods Connect houses a lot of really good artists and good music from artists like Twami, Kaze Loops, Obliv, DJ Harrison, Overcast, etc, etc, Quell Chris. Finding a channel like Gods Connect is such a blessing, so go check out Gods Connect. And then once you're done with Gods Connect, once you've checked out all of this shit, head on over to this channel here, DJ Arpit, or maybe Djarpit. I'm not sure how you'd pronounce this, but this channel here popped up into my recommends maybe like 7-8 years ago. I've been subscribed to this channel for like yonks, but they've just been uploading music for years, and right now they've got some old soul sounds. But go over here to the playlists and you'll see like blunt beats, full tape, collab beats, deep world stuff. So this shit is all really good as well. Now, many moons ago, this channel uploaded this track here. I had no idea what the fuck it was about. I just saw this cool ass picture and I decided to click it and give it a listen. And it turned out to be a song that I was listening to the whole month. So fucking good, right? Like real fucking soulful beats, really like deep soul, but kind of in that new school like 404 sound. So fucking good, right? Now, if we go down here, luckily we were blessed enough to be given the Soundcloud link too. So let's go over to that. And now once we've clicked one link, look where it takes us. This is it here, throwaway, but then if we click to this channel, so now one link just gave us this whole library of really fucking good music. Not only did this artist have that track, but they also have this track, this track, this track, this track, and this track. So now instead of playing this one song at practice, load up SoundCloud, go to practice, and just play the whole shit on repeat. See, boom, and now we have no more need for Flake Mixtape. We just have this really, really cool SoundCloud page that we can just geek out over. Damn. Dude, this shit still got me tired. Fucking hell. So we have all this, right? But then we also have all of this on the side here. Fans also like, so this is how we get the algorithm to work for us. We just let it take us somewhere that we actually enjoy. We do a bit of clicking and clacking here and there ourselves, and then look, we have this whole new universe of music. So now we're here on this SoundCloud page, and again, look, just a huge catalog of music. Look, and this is a 14-minute mix of just like really good fucking music. 13-minute mix, so like all of a sudden, you know, Flag who? Who the fuck is Flag? I'm trying to fuck with Take You There. So again, we just go down rabbit holes on rabbit holes, and like, look, fucking, this isn't even like their main account. Now going back to this Korean artist, not even Korean. So somehow I was able to like do some digging and shit over the past couple of months / years. And somehow I found that this account here was actually like an alt account for the artist who was posting their actual music on this account here. Right, so now we've just like totally left like the dance world sphere, right? Like none of these guys, none of these artists give a fuck about making music for b-boys or poppers or hip-hop dancers, right? Like they just fucking make good music. So in doing this, right, like in finding this new sound, you can probably find a new like way to express yourself. This artist here, Braden Potts, has made probably the best music I have ever heard in my entire life. I know this is probably some shit that like a 15-year-old girl says after finding out Deftones for the first time via TikTok. But really, like, as a music enjoyer myself, his music just continues to blow me away. With only 2,000 followers. So if you go on his channel here, this latest mix, Kala, 600 views. I bet you there is no one else in the fucking dance world dancing who's listening to this shit. So I need you guys to get on this shit, play this shit, fucking go listen to some new music, get inspired, man, because music here, boom, look at who he collaborated with, or look who he reposted. Blaine, bang, oh, here we go, oh, wow, here we go. Whatever the fuck this is, listen to this shit, bang, oh, where we going next? Oh, look, there's another link here in the Soundcloud. Ooh, cold plush toy, who's that? Ooh, I don't know, wow, look at this fucking picture, so cool. And just go band for band for band. I know people are always looking for the next hot new sound. Man, I'm telling you, the next hot new sound came out fucking last year, bro. Like, you guys are behind on this shit, I'm telling you. You probably have a friend who's already tapped into music and is finding some cool shit. Don't just listen to music on TikTok or fucking Instagram stories to get your new music. Like, listen to an interview of your favorite musician, favorite musical artist, and see who they're fucking with. Fucking Tyler the Creator's NTS radio show. So fucking good, so slept on. It's unbelievable how much good music is just being like missed out on, simply because we're thinking too deep into whether or not it's danceable or not, you know? This video is nothing more than an excuse for me to share some new music with you guys that I've been absolutely geeking out over the past 2 years. It's all this stuff has like less than 1,000 views. No one else in the scene is probably like on this tip. So go out there and get it. I hope you are able to find something. Give the links a listen. Let me know. And if you really like this video, help me out and give it a subscribe, or let me know what music you're really fucking with in the comments as well. Thanks so much for watching, and have a good practice.